Hi, thanks for joining me today. What I wanted to do was show you some ways that I stretch my grocery bill and show you some of the things that I got this morning and give you some ideas that might help you stretch that dollar a little bit at the grocery store. So my bill today came to $49.31. And so I'm going to show you the things that I got and then show you some ways that I'm going to extend this food to last me through the end of the month. So the first thing that I got were some chicken breasts. These were on sale for $1.98 a pound. I ended up spending $8.28, and I'll show you how I'm going to process these and make them into several meals. I got some cheese for $5.14, some sharp cheese. I got a sour cream and a cottage cheese. I did get a package of 50 turkey pepperoni slices. I got some monk fruit sweetener. I ended up getting a pound of that. I got a half gallon of almond milk, some queso fresco cheese. I did get one little splurge. I bought a dahlia. It's a crazy love. I planted the cactus dahlias last year in my garden, and they were so beautiful. I decided to do another one this year. I got a red onion, a cauliflower. Red peppers were on sale for, I believe they were 68 cents each. I got a couple limes, some canning lids. I got some little sweetheart candies for my grandkids. We're going to make a project for Valentine's Day for their parents. I got some storage bags, some apple juice, and then I got 3 bell peppers. So that's what I got. It doesn't seem like a whole lot to me for $48, but I'm going to show you how we can extend this so that this food lasts a lot longer. So the first thing that I do when I start to process all of this chicken is I just want to show you, I have several of these seasoning packets. I actually get these at a discount grocery store that I go to. They're only 3 for $1, so I have all different varieties. So that's what I'm going to use today to season up my chicken. So basically what I do when I have these large boneless breasts is that, so the standard, what I do is I actually cut them in half. And the standard for what we should be eating as far as meat is basically what you can fit in the palm of your hand. That's really the most healthy. So one of these, as you can see, is not gonna fit in the palm of my hand. It's definitely gonna make 2. So what I do is I take off any remaining fat, and I can either cut them in half or I can butterfly them and make them more of a kind of a thin chicken. So I usually do those because a lot of my chicken I put on the grill, and I just want to make sure that it, cooks nice and quickly, and it's very easy. So that's basically what I do. I take the chicken and I go down the middle of it, and I end up with 2 nice chicken breasts. So what I'm going to do, my first recipe is for the mandarin orange chicken. I'm going to put my chicken in the bag. And as you can see from what I'm doing right now, what I like to do is use my my food saver right here. And it will take all of the air out of my bags. And so what I'm going to do first is cut up all the chicken and put it in my bags, because I want to take these gloves off when I start adding all my other ingredients. So let me do that and I'll be right back. So all of these chicken recipes are basically just a marinade, and some of these I'll be cooking on the stove, some I'll be cooking on the grill. But anyway, the first one we're going to be doing is the mandarin orange chicken. This will probably be served with rice and maybe some vegetables. So to this, I'm substituting sugar, and I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of monk fruit. 1, 2, I don't know if I'm going to need that much because I only have 2 pieces of chicken, but that's what we're going to put in. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, I'm gonna just 1, 2, and then I'm gonna be putting 1/3 of a cup of water and 1/3 of a cup of oil. Actually, we're only going to be putting a few tablespoons of oil. I'm going to put in a toasted sesame oil. I just think it'll taste better with this. And we'll add the water later. I think it's just going to make it just too much marinade. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my Asian plum sauce. It doesn't call for it in the recipe, but this is a really good plum sauce that I made from the plums off my tree this summer. And I'm also gonna put a little bit of hot peppers in there. I save my hot peppers for when we get pizza or whatever. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of mix this up a little bit, and I'm gonna run it through my food saver, and I'll show you how it looks as soon as it's sealed. There you go. I've sealed the mandarin orange chicken. Now this will just marinate. I actually seal these whenever I have a moist packet. I seal them a couple of times, but this is all ready to make dinner. I will put this in my freezer, and this will be a nice dinner to take out, and the chicken will be just delicious, and it'll be the right portion. So let me get these put together, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done. So what started off as 6 pieces of boneless chicken breast that I paid $8.28 for, I was able to use my food saver. I basically, filleted the chicken down the middle. So I got 2 servings in each packet, and now I have a dinner for my husband and I for 2 people. I turned it into 6 meals. So just these packets alone now are $1.38 for the meat. Now I had some of the other, as I told you, I get those seasoning packets really cheap, but you could actually get them at your, put your different seasonings together if you have them on hand. But I just wanted to show you, I have a brown sugar bourbon chicken, which will probably be really good on the grill. I've got a fajita chicken, which I'll be adding bell peppers, and I'll also be adding some sweet peppers and more onions. I did put some cilantro and onion in that to marinate. I've got a mandarin orange chicken, which I'll be probably cooking up on the stove, and then I'll serve that over rice. I've got a Korean barbecue chicken, which there's only 2 pieces of chicken here, but I did put some onions and some of my Asian plum sauce that I made in there, and some hot peppers also, some hot red peppers. And that'll actually also be doing in the crock pot. And then I've got my taco chicken, which I'll be cooking that probably in the crock pot, and then, or the Instant Pot. I'll shred up the chicken and make either tacos or a taco salad or something like that. And then I've just got my rotisserie chicken, which is already seasoned and ready for the grill. So as I take these individual packets out and let them thaw from the freezer, they'll marinate in their juice. Anything else I have to do if I need to add some oil or water or what have you. It's really easy. It's a time saver, saves a ton of money. For my husband and I individually to eat, each one of these meals only costs us 69 cents. With the price of chicken and beef and all these different things, just inflation taking everything through the roof, this is a great option as a way to prepare your food. If you don't have a food saver, there's actually all kinds of Ziploc bags. You can get freezer Ziploc bags at the Dollar Tree. So you could do a couple of these different kinds of food preps for just $1.25. So there's ways to do it. I hope this just gives you an idea with just our chicken, and then I'm going to show you a couple other things. Another thing I want to show you is how I package up my pepperoni. So you see the pepperoni usually comes in these bags, and you throw them in the refrigerator, and typically you make a pizza and then the rest of the pepperoni just goes bad. So what I do, I mainly make these for my grandkids because they love little individual pizzas. So all I do is put about just a little handful, maybe about 10 pepperonis in each bag. And then they freeze very well. I don't have to, I use these little snack bags I get from the Dollar Tree. And I just get all the air out. And then I just throw those in the freezer. When I'm ready to make a little pizza, you know, that's plenty of pepperoni for a pizza. And I usually can get 4 or 5 of these out of each one of my pepperoni bags. And then it's all ready to go. All I have to do, even if you have it frozen, say you forget to take it out, you can always you know, put it in the microwave, put it, you know, it's in plastic, so you can always dip it in a cup of hot water, you know, whatever's the easiest for you. But I have found that this is a big savings for me because I'm not wasting pepperoni. So that's another little trick that I do. I don't even label them because you can see those are pepperoni. Get all the air out. There you go. These are ready for the freezer. I just pop one out when I'm ready to make the kids a pizza. Or even if I buy a pizza from the store, one of those inexpensive pizzas, sometimes they've only got a little handful of pepperoni, so I'll add a few more for my husband. But that's what I do to save money on pepperoni. So the next money-saving thing that I'd like to show you is my recipe for the stuffed bell peppers and how I basically double this recipe. So let me show you what I have. I bought 3 really nice bell peppers, and when I go into the grocery store, if they have, today I think they were 58 cents a piece. So when I go in the grocery store, I look for the biggest bell pepper that I can find that looks the best. I notice a lot of people just kind of put bell peppers in a bag, but I look for the big ones. Because what I do is I slice them down the middle, kind of like I do my chicken. And then I take, you know, all the pith, everything out of the middle of the bell pepper, clean it, and then I stuff it. So really, we're only going to have half of a bell pepper. For me, I'm going to do 3 bell peppers for 2 different dinners. But let me show you what I'm talking about. It's going to be a really great way to stretch your dollar. So I take about a pound of ground beef. Into that, I'm going to add just some riced cauliflower, some ketchup, and a package of onion soup. And I also put in about a 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of onions. So all I'm going to do is mix this up. I'm not putting rice in mine because I want this more of a keto blend. So the riced cauliflower will give it a really good flavor. So I'm just going to mix this up. Boy, that's cold. So that's what it's going to look like. And so all I'm going to do is take these bell peppers that are halved, and I'm going to put the mixture inside of them. And I kind of round it up, make them kind of fat because, you know, you're getting a 1/2 a bell pepper. You want to make sure you have enough vegetable and meat, you know, to make it really feel like you're getting a nice dinner. So that's basically how it's going to look. So as you can see, I've got 3 different plates of dinner. This one, the only difference is I individually wrap these bell peppers so that they don't get freezer burned. I'm also going to put a piece of plastic wrap over it before I throw them in the freezer. All I'm going to do to these is I'm going to put some tomato sauce that I had canned last year over my bell peppers. I'm only going to use about 1/2 of this. I can use some of it for tomorrow. And then I just put a little bit of ketchup on the top, kind of like you're making a meatloaf. This makes a really nice crust. And I'm just gonna throw these in the oven at about 365, 370, and I'm gonna cook them. I'll check on them, but there's not a lot here. I'll probably cook them about 45 minutes. So the next money saving tip that I have is that I freeze my cheese. So if you're to buy cheese in the store, you're usually looking at a package of cheese that's going to be somewhere around, you know, $3.50, sometimes maybe even $4.50. Well, this whole packet of cheese cost me $5.14. And what I'm going to do, if I can ever get this paper off, is I'm going to go ahead and grate this up. And then I'm going to put it in pre-measured packets, kind of like I did my chicken, and I'm going to use my food saver and take all the air out of the package. So it's going to keep the cheese fresh, and it's going to keep it, you know, lasting longer, and it's just going to be really, it's just a really good way to keep cheese. And if you have a food processor or something like that, you can use that to grate this up. I actually have one. I just don't feel like cleaning it today. I've got a lot of things that I've been working on in the kitchen, so I just didn't want to add those extra dishes to my cleaning process. But basically what I'm going to do is take this $5 block of cheese and turn it into 4 other packages of cheese. And one of them I can actually start using today because I'm very low on cheese. And another thing that I do is I use the sharp cheddar versus the other types because I can use a lot less cheddar cheese and still have a lot of flavor. So that also saves me some money. So I'm gonna get this all grated up. You're gonna see how much cheese that I have and how I get this all sealed up for the freezer. So out of that $5 worth of cheese, I was able to get 4 packages of grated cheese for the freezer. Now these I had to put on a pulse vac just so that, you know, it didn't squash the cheese, but I'm gonna freeze it just like it is. When I need a sharp cheddar, I can take it out and just use it in my kitchen. And so that actually goes down quite a bit. If you're buying your cheese for, you know, $3.50 a packet and you can get it for $1.25, it is a very good savings. So I'm gonna put these in the freezer, and I'm gonna show you one last thing that I think might be helpful. So this wasn't something from the grocery store haul. Instead, it was just something, a simple hack that I do that I'm not sure how many other people do, but I actually take a couple of 2-liter bottles that I get from, you know, maybe a diet soda or something like that. And I take my tea bags and I put them, I kind of fold them in half, and I put them, they fit right inside the hole of the tea. And what's nice about making tea this way is that I use really hot water just out of the faucet, and in about 2 or 3 hours, my tea will be ready. And these packets, when you fold them like this, it makes it really, really easy to take them back out because you've got the little hanging string here. And I just put the lids on them. These are free bottles. I got them from my sodas, and if you drink a lot of soda, you could actually switch your bottles out all the time. But what I really like, a lot of people may not know, these containers are all BPA free. They don't cost anything. As you can see, it's already starting to darken the water with the tea since the water is really hot. So this will be ready. I can have some nice iced tea tonight after dinner. And so I just thought I would show you that hack. So I hope you found these different kinds of money saving ideas helpful. They're things that I just do, I've been doing for a long time. I just try to think of anything that I can to make my dollars stretch. I know with these times right now, with all this inflation and these ridiculous prices on food, anything we can do is a savings. I actually checked the weekly ads this morning before I went out shopping, and even the things that were on sale were more expensive than they were a year ago. And those were the clip coupons. So anyway, I hope some of this helps. Thank you for watching. If you found this content interesting or you enjoyed it in any way, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And any ideas that you may have that are of interest to you, just feel free to put them in the comment section. And as you can see, my tea's already turning. So this will be ready in just a few hours. So thanks for joining me. Please subscribe.